thing about common mistakes that home inspectors should avoid when implementing the blogging strategy? Any idea? Take a guess what the biggest mistake is.
I mean, we just mentioned it, the inconsistency of it.
That's it. You do it once in a great while and you never do it again. How can you be an industry leader once with one blog post?
Mhm.
I mean, you can see Socrates sitting there on the bench, put the home inspector's face on it. The statue just crashed because, he's only done it once. So you have to do it more than once. I think one of the other big mistakes is assuming that you know what consumers are interested in topic wise. Oh,
Yeah,
they'll be
exactly.
interested in insulation gone wild. Really? Okay. Then you write that and then nobody ever looks at it. And you're thinking, wow, that was a waste of time. So I think what happens is there's ways for us to do it where we have an aggregator that tells us what's being asked about the home inspection industry from the internet. It goes and scrapes all the information across the internet and provides it to us. So, and how many times, people are searching for that term. Black mold has been searched in a variety of keyword terms over 1 million times a month. Okay, so one of the things is, have you ever gone in and looked at a home where there was black mold in the shower? I bet you could take a photo without revealing where the address was or who the client was. And could you put black mold, question mark, harmful or no issue, question mark. There's your title. Okay. So people is typing in black mold, guess what? It comes up. All right. And then you have a great blog post about it. All right. So I think home inspectors, first, are inconsistent. Secondly, they think they know what topics people are interested in without doing keyword research. Okay, so that's a big thing. I think the other thing they do is they're boring. Just because we're home inspectors, you have to be boring.
Nah, not at all.
I don't think you do. Beth will tell you, said, this lady asked me, said, Ken, are you a comedian? Are you a home inspector? And I said, girlfriend, I am some of both. You have a home inspection with me. It's a Ken show. We had a great time. When you got finished, you got, man, I like that guy. So you don't have to be boring. There's nothing boring about us. You don't have to be, although I bet everybody could picture somebody in the industry in your own local market that might be a tad boring. Okay. So you know what I think one of the other common mistakes are? We try to write in home inspector ease. So if you say reverse polarity, does anybody know what that means?
Nah.
Not
Could
common
you
folk.
could you say, wow, when I evaluated this crazy electrical outlet, the hot and neutral wires were reversed? Or the hot and ground, whatever you see. So, people say, oh, there's a leak under the soffit. The consumer's saying, what's a soffit?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you got to really get down and talk to people. I think if you write conversationally, so think about this. When you do the wrap up for your home inspection, really you're just talking to a client, you really just, sharing information and this, that, and the other, they get it. Why can't you write a blog post like that? Just like you're sharing information with a client.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be boring and I don't think you have to be crazy and all that. Now headlines are always great. The more outrageous they are sometimes, the more people they get to look at them. So I think that's a common mistake, writing in jargon, using jargon and when writing, not writing conversationally. Those are issues. How about other things that you might find? I think
Oh, Anthony, what you
uploading
got?
it to the internet. I'm sorry, Brandon, we got a lag.
That's okay. I was asking Anthony if he had any other ideas.
Hmm.
For the blogs,
Yeah.
Mistakes home inspectors might make.
um, I can tell you what I'm guilty of. What we mentioned earlier. I don't do them enough. I start out, I may do a 2, 3, 4 week run where I'm constantly posting, and but then now I'm to a point where I got to find the time. So that's one of the things, making the time to do these things and make these posts and these videos and try to keep it, to keep it fresh and try to keep it different, try to keep it unique.
Mhm.
So, I think that's a mistake, just being consistent with it, man, and just, and just overthinking it, like you said, like, you know, keep it fun. So like when I do my videos, I try to, I'm a real big music fan. So I put like some cool music to mine, or, you know, if it's some real spooky looking crawl space or something, I'll do the Twilight Zone music to it or something like that,
I
and
love it. That's
make it
great.
creepy.
People love it. And then they start
Yeah,
recognizing your videos because
right,
that's totally awesome.
right, all right.
Most inspectors won't do it. Let's address the thing that you said a minute ago about the time. There's an old concept we've taught forever, and it's still just as valid today. I use it every day. Brandon uses it every day. It's called time blocking. So what we
Mm-hmm.
do is we say we're going to take, let's say Tuesday from 2 to 3 or 2 to 4, and within that 2 hours, we're going to work on our business, not in it, but we're going to work on it. So we're not going to take inspection calls. We're not going to do inspections. We're going to say, what are the things that I need to do to make my business grow? And then you're going to time block within that 2 hour period. I'm going to write a blog post. If you just wrote two a month, that'd be all you'd have to do. If I'm going to get some video
Okay.
ideas and look for them, okay, that's perfect. That's what you would do. Well, I really probably ought to look at my website and see is anybody looking at it. That'd be something you could work on your business about. How about do I need to hire someone? Do I need staff? Do I need those things? So working on your business in that time block instead of in it allows you to move your business forward. Small business owners are notoriously bad about not blocking time for the things they need to get done. So, what
Mm-hmm.
happens is you're just running on the home inspector hamster wheel, and you're going to keep doing it forever until you make some changes. So time blocking is a very useful tool. You don't have to do it like Joe Smalls, one of our good old friends from years gone past. What he would do is on Sunday morning, he would get up at 5 o'clock and he would work for 3 hours on his business where nobody was calling his name or he had no client calls, this, that, and the other. And he did planning, organizing, and evaluation of his firm so that he could move forward faster. And he was very successful with it. So you have to say, what time can I set aside? First, how many hours a month, and then when? And then when somebody calls you for an inspection, what happens is you say, I'd love to do it, but I already have an appointment at that time. So let me offer you other times that I am available. Okay, because if you say, oh, I'm going to take a $400 or $500 inspection, that's great, but that doesn't move your business forward. Okay, so you're just going to keep taking those 400 or 500 and you'll never have time to do blog posts, videos, and other things, which are tremendous long-term lead generation things.
Yeah.
See, because what happens is you're constantly chasing new business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Constantly chasing that new business. But when was the last time you sat down, not just you, Denny, Anthony, but everybody listens to this call, and you sat down and said, my prior clients are the most valuable asset I have. These people already know me, like me, and trust me. And they would like to do business with me and they like to refer me to others, but I don't communicate with them. I don't stay in touch with them. So what could I do as part of my planning process to increase the leads I get from my prior clients by taking some actions today? So you could actually just put a plan together. We have it all on the different websites that we have free content for it, what you can do. So that's the kind of thing. So time blocking will allow you to do the things that we're talking about. But if you don't time block, you're just going to be chasing that new business on that wheel every day, every day, every day. It kind of gets tiring, doesn't it? Pretty soon you'll
Yeah.
weigh about 12 pounds. Keep on running, man. Pretty soon you're just worn out but why not let the strategies that we're talking about in the internet, you get on there, build your business there and let people come to you. We call it inbound marketing. Now they see something that you wrote or something, a video that you did. Now they're interested in calling you. I think one of the other mistakes that home inspectors make is they don't put a call to action in their blog posts. Okay, what you have to tell the reader what you want them to do next, right? Or they just close out and say, that's great information, and don't take action. So what is the call to action? Is it call us today? Or is it, for more information on this, go here, or here's a lead that, or here's a piece of information that you can download so we build a list? I mean, what is it you want them to do? So that's a big mistake they don't do is they don't add a call to action. I think one of the other big mistakes is they don't know anything about local SEO. So they write a blog post or they produce a video and it goes nowhere because it's not rising up in the search engines because they don't know anything about local SEO. And when you're time blocking, if you're doing this on your own and we're not doing it for you, then you have to say, what is local SEO and how does it work? And then you have to learn it and then you have to apply it to your blog posts and other things so they move up in the search engines. Your website, but There's a misnomer about this. Really what they say is, I have to get my website to the top of the search engines. That's all good and fine, but that's very difficult sometimes. The easiest way to get to the top of the search engines is to answer a question that someone's asking and then write a blog post about it. That shows up when they type in Home Inspector Atlanta, whatever it happens to be, depending on your keyword phrases. So it's blog posts that you want to get up into the top of the search engines. They're way easier than your whole website to get in there, and people are seeing it. And I'll show you in a minute where if your blog is connected to your website, when you land on somebody's blog, they're already on your website, so they can schedule now, they can do the whole thing.
Mhm.
And Beth, if you don't mind, if you would pull up, and we'll show it in a minute, we'll let you share your screen, but somebody who's doing a premium blog post and has a premium blog post set up, okay, on there, so that, call to action, all that, so everyone can see it as we go along. So there's a lot of mistakes that home inspectors make in blogging to make the strategy ineffective when they could just make these changes and really get going with it.